Hello, and welcome to another episode of Something Chat Show with Tom Jr. Jackson presents After the Movie Review Spooky October Edition. This morning, or this afternoon, or this evening, depending on when you are watching this video, we are going to be discussing the 1933 film, 1933 film, The Invisible Man. And as always, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And as well as in the description, there will be links for the other channels that I am going to mention now. Have you joined or have you checked out the Post Geek Singularity YouTube channel? You should. For as low as 99 cents. It's a buck a month. You too can become a member of the PGS, the Post Geek Singularity, where twice monthly, that's every other week, something like that. Yeah, every other week, they do a 3 to 4 hour members only Zoom chat where at any tier of the membership, you can join. And you get to talk with Robert Meyer Burnett about his career, about movies, about anything. You get about 10 minutes, you get to raise your hand and they call on you, and you get to enjoy that time and speak with them. And as I said before, it goes sometimes for 3 to 4 hours, and that happens because Rob likes talking to people. He likes getting to know members of his channel as well. So he's got, and you asking, well, what's on his channel? Well, on his channel are shows such as Midnight Musings, Midnight Metal, Let's Get Physical Media, which is coming back. And if you're watching this at the time, it's coming back. So watch the PGS for that, where Robert and his lovely girlfriend, Elizabeth Gwendolyn Bell, first they all go and watch a movie, and then they come and then they sit down live and they talk about the movie they just saw, and they enjoy a nice bottle of wine. They tell you about the wine. They go from being imagination connoisseurs to wine connoisseurs. So it's very, very interesting and a fun show. There's Let's Get Physical Media, which is every Sunday at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, where Rob and his co-host from Saarbrücken, Deutschland, Germany, Dieter Bastian, also known as the Trash Panda of Physical Media, host the show. They tell you all about what's coming out, what's new, and they also give you their takes on what they bought during that week. And it's a fun show to watch. And also there's Observations with your captain, Robert Meyer Burnett. So check that out. And also check out every Monday night, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific, Ladies of the PGS, with Rob's co-host from Midnight Musings, RM. And the show's called Ladies of the PGS, where on that show, they embrace masculinity. They talk about horror, sci-fi, sex, Star Wars, Star Trek, Marvel, DC, and so much more. So come and join the show. As a matter of fact, if you like watching that show with RM, why not check out her own channel, Positive Fandom, where she does unboxings. She does reviews such as movie reviews, television reviews, out of the theater reviews, theatrical trailer reviews, and reactions. And every Sunday morning, live, 10:30 a.m. Eastern, 7:30 a.m. Pacific, Sunday Brunch Live with her co-host, Russ Whitfield, with a parlay about all the pop culture that's happened during the week for you that's fit to print in a video. That wouldn't be printing. All that's fit, all that can be fit into a video or a show. Come and watch it if you want, if you can, if you'd like to. And if you're a creator and you have a YouTube channel or a website or a Instagram feed that you would like others to know about, to have them subscribe or follow or whatever, let them know in the chat. And how do I know this? Because not only is RM my friend, my co-collaborator, all around great person, but I am her co-collaborator on in the chat. I moderate her chats. And so we invite you all to come and join us for the discussion, because this is a great discussion and she does answer your questions as well. So come and check that out every Sunday morning, 10:30 a.m. Eastern, 7:30 a.m. Pacific. It's a good show and lots of fun. And now, on with the show. So today is, as I said before, this is our spooky October edition of After the Movie Reviews. This is episode 7 of that. And today we are going to be discussing the 1933 Universal Studios classic, The Invisible Man, starring Claude Rains. We're continuing this of the classic monster films. This film stars Claude Rains. It stars Gloria Stewart, and it was directed by James Whale, who also directed Frankenstein and the Bride of Frankenstein. And if the name Gloria Stewart sounds familiar to you, would you happen to know that she is also older Rose in James Cameron's Titanic? She was 86 when she made that film, and she worked well into her 90s, I believe. So check her out. This is one of her early films back in 1933. And when you see her in it, my goodness, she is a sight to be seen. She is beautiful. She was beautiful when she was young. Just wanted to let you know that. Now, if you don't know the story of the Invisible Man, it's a simple one. Scientist finds a way to become invisible, but in doing so, he becomes murderously insane. So I rewatched this yesterday, just to familiarize myself with the movie again. And it's based on the book by H.G. Wells. There were like 6 screenplays that were written for it, all different kinds. I think H.G. Wells approved this one. And originally they wanted Boris Karloff or Colin Clive, who was the Colin Clive was Victor Frankenstein in Frankenstein. Were both considered for the role of the Invisible Man, but Karloff didn't do it because him and James Whale had a dispute, they had a falling out, and their friendship and working career ended. And Colin Clive decided instead he was going to take a trip back to England and just visit there. So it ended up going to Claude Rains. Now, the first time Claude Rains' daughter ever saw her father in a movie, it was in 1950. Um, when he took her to a showing of The Invisible Man in a small Pennsylvania theater, movie theater. And while watching it, he told her how it was made and telling her all these behind the scenes things. And the people in the theater that were, excuse me, watching this film stopped watching the film and started listening to Claude Rains and his anecdotes. And I guess you could really say that was the earliest form of a commentary for a film while watching the film. And that would have been really cool if they could have recorded that. That would have been great to hear um, Claude Rains talk about. Um, in this film as well, there is a man named Henry Travers, and the name might not be familiar to you, but if you watch the film and you see the face, his face, you'll go, well, where have I seen that guy before? Well, he was Clarence in It's a Wonderful Life. So he is in the film as well. As I said before, it's based on H.G. Wells' 1867. I could be wrong on that. His book, The Invisible Man. Um, from what I know and doing my research, and I like to do my research to give you all the facts and little trivia and stuff. Gloria Stewart did not get along with Claude Rains during the film because he would upstage her. He was um, thought he was better. I guess you could say that he was better than everyone else. So he had a bit of a attitude, I guess. Um, watching this film, this 1933 film, it's fantastic. It's a horror movie. It's a sci-fi movie. It's Universal Monsters. It's a fantastic film. As we all know, throughout the years, there's always been a version of the Invisible Man. Um, and this film is riveting. It's about 70 minutes, 71 minutes. Um, and it just flies by and it's so engrossing that you just see this man, he walks in, he's all bandaged up, rents a room, and he's up in his room and doing his experiments, but he's trying to find a cure so he can come back as himself instead of having to wear the bandages. And he keeps telling the people, well, I was in an accident and my face is badly burned and it's there's a problem with it and it's healing. And at one point, the lady that runs the inn where he's staying says, says to her husband, you have to get him out of here. I've had enough of his swearing. I've had enough of him um, doing everything, of just being a nuisance and throwing things and smashing things. He needs to get out. So he goes and does that. She goes upstairs, knocks on the door, explains it to him, and he just snaps. Claude Rains' character just snaps and gets really mad and pushes the innkeeper down the stairs. You actually see blood in this film on the innkeeper's head from going down the stairs, which for 1933. That was a big thing because they rarely showed blood in those days. And it was a sight to be seen. Now, that being said, excuse me, that being said, they end up calling the police. The police come. They're trying to get him to come out of the room. He goes, "Oh, you think you can make me leave?" And it is there we see Claude Rains take off the bandages, and you just see he has no head, and they're all freaked out over it. And then he starts taking off his shirt, and you see he's invisible under it, and he escapes. And I believe he's naked as he escapes. And so they end up calling the chief of police or whoever it is that runs it. And it always fascinates me in these films, no matter where they take place, if they're supposed to take place in England or not, it always looks like a small German town, and everybody looks like Germans. And this one, they're supposed to be English. And they call the police. The police chief thinks that the cop is nuts for saying, "Oh no, he's invisible. He's gone and he's invisible." And the cop's like, "Are you drunk or something?" And that leads to what do you call it? Mobs and angry people, and people do get killed in this movie, which is very, for its time, it was a violent movie, but not as it's tame with its violence today, but then it was violent for its time. So, so he goes to his partner, his lab partner, and says, "You need to help me. You need to keep me company." And he goes, "What are you talking about?" And she goes, "Well, hold on." And he takes off the bandages and shows that he's invisible. And he goes, he gets changed, and it's a whole from there on out. It's a whole rigmarole of trying to catch the Invisible Man. And I'm not going to ruin the rest of the movie for you, but it's a classic. It needs to be seen. It should be seen, and it should be watched. And it's a fantastic film. I mean, you got Claude Rains, who was also, I think, a few years later. Say, this is 33, so probably 9 years later, 9, 10, 11, 12 years later, he's in Casablanca. Casablanca. So you're seeing him at his earliest. And watching these classic horror films, these classic Universal monster films, you end up feeling that it is something that you don't expect to see. All right, it's one of those movies that makes you sit up and go, "Oh, okay, so this is happening now." And it's so engrossing, and it keeps you on the edge of your seat, and it's very intense for its time, but it holds up beautifully, and I love it. I actually have the 30 disc Universal Monsters Blu-ray box set. And each of these movies, like the Frankenstein, the Wolfman, and the Frankenstein, the Wolfman, the Mummy, Invisible Man, Creature from the Black Lagoon, and Phantom of the Opera, all these movies have subsequent sequels and whatnot on each disc as well. And they have a few of the old Abbott and Costello Meet a Monster type films as well. And it's worth checking out. It's worth the price that it's at. Whatever it's at on Amazon, it's worth that price. Well, I think I sold this movie enough. No, I think I I've done my best at reviewing it. I hope you check it out and watch it. Do you have a favorite old time monster movie? Is it an old Universal film? Is it one of the B movies from the 50s or the 40s or whatever? Put it down in the comments. Let me know. Which of these old time movies do you like? And what is your favorite? Do you have a favorite scene or not? So do that. And as always, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to not only my channel, but the channels down below, ring the notification bell, and check everything out. And become a film connoisseur and either watch these films, or if you're inspired by them, watch something that inspires you to watch it. And if you don't agree with my review, that's fine. What don't you like about it, and what do you like about it? Let me know all this. It's okay. You're not gonna hurt my feelings. We can all leave comments, we can all have opinions, but as long as we respect each other, that's what counts. So remember, as our good friend Mikey Lito would say, or does say, watch content first, then form an opinion. And as always, please remember, folks, wherever you are, wherever you go, whoever you are, whether you be here, there, anywhere in the 29 known galaxies and more, we are all goof people. Thank you and have a pleasant tomorrow. We'll see you next time on After the Movie Review, Spooky October edition. And this has been After the Movie Review, episode 7, Spooky October edition of The Invisible Man from 1933. Thank you for watching and have a pleasant tomorrow. Bye-bye.